Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am just quickly checking to be sure that I'm live. This is part of my routine, because I'm never 100% sure if it's working. I don't know why I can't trust it. But anyway, good morning. How is everybody? Or good afternoon or good evening. Um, Depending on when you're watching this and where you live. My name is Chris. I am the voice and the face behind Create with Chris, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Worthington, Minnesota. I would love to tell you when I go live, but it is random. I am just not in a routine yet. Good morning, Jean and Tammy. Oh gosh. Um, okay, so you can see behind me here that I have what looks like a hot mess, but it's actually very, very organized. I have kind of prepped, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Valentines, 10. Maybe even a few more if I look around, but I'm going to be popping up off and on, I think all day today, to put together some Valentines that I would like to have on display at my Galentine retreat. So these are going to be onesie cards. I'm not making 12 of each like I normally do. Tammy, you have a cold. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yuck has been going around though, I've heard. So anyway, a couple announcements. I'm also going to do a video today that includes, they're upside down, all of the Stampin' Right markers. These are the freebies. You get to pick 2 sets, any 2, mix and match. If you do the join special for Stampin' Up! This month. Hello, Lori. And so I'm going to show you several different ways to use the Stampin' Right markers. They're very different than the blends. And so, like I said, it's going to be hit or miss. But if you're watching this as the replay, just put hashtag replay in the comments, and supposedly that keeps it fresh for people to continue seeing it. So, let me know where you're watching from, and if there's any questions that you have. I'm going to turn my camera down and we're going to get started. Today we are playing with the perfect pairs. So, oh my goodness, like I said, I just have stuff everywhere. Last night while I was watching The Crown, cold in Arizona, cold in Minnesota, Lori. You cannot compare, but I have been feeling sorry for you guys in the warmer climates. So yeah, I started watching The Crown on Netflix, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue or not because my TV is behind me, and I feel like I need to be watching. So we'll see. I'm in episode 4 of season 2. I don't even know how many seasons there are. So, all right, this is the set that I'm going to start with today. Perfect pairs. I love the salt and pepper and the milk and cookies. And I hadn't really even considered the puzzle piece until I saw a card that inspired me. So I'm going to go ahead and work with the pieces that I have, like I said, pre-done for you. I did not need you to watch me fussy cut all of these. So they've all been fussy cut, and they are ready to put on my card. Sadly, this set does not come with a die. Maybe in the next catalog that would be kind of cool if there was a die. So I just have this idea of random, not random, sort of random puzzle pieces sprinkled on the card front. So I'm using Melon Mambo and Real Red and Pretty in Pink. Whoa. Okay, I've got things falling everywhere. Alright, so these are my colors. I've got my chamois here so that I can clean off in between. And let's get started. Okay, so I am just going to stamp, and I think I'm going to stamp off. Okay, so I get two different tones. Now let's do a Real Red. These puzzle pieces do not like technically fit interlocking, and so I'm not even going to try to interlock them. I know people ask me all the time for little strategies on making our cards look professional. One of them is to not over ink your, hi Heather, not over ink your stamp. You'll see that I just gently tap my ink pad, and I don't, press down like we used to always have to like push into the ink pad. You just want to tap a little. Let's see, I just want one more red one. Let's just put it right here. And we'll do a stamp off up here. Okay. So that's what I'm starting with. Let me get all of my inks out of the way because I am prone to dropping things in them. So they are gone. I've got a little bit of ink right on my glass mat. There's a bonus of the glass mat. I can just wipe that right off. Okay, this would be fine the way it is. And you could actually send this card as is. Hi Heather, welcome. But like I said, I've pre-cut all of these puzzle pieces, and I'm going to now make some layers. I'm using liquid adhesive glue. It's the Tombow glue. And again, like I said, these are not, I think if I fussy cut these right up to the ink line, I might be able to literally connect the pieces. I didn't even attempt that though. I left that little bit of a border along the edges. So, okay. So, don't fret. This is not going to be an all-day project, I hope, because all the other pieces that I have pre-made already have a glue dot on the back, or not not a glue dot, dimensional. So I had seen a sample similar to what I'm doing here done on a a long card. I don't know what are they? like the legal size, letter size, legal size, a long skinny card. When I want to trim pieces off of the edge of my card like this, I like to use my long scissor. I use my paper snips for 99% of my cutting, but when I want a nice straight long cut, oh, and I just cleaned the glue off my scissor last night. But time is fleeting. I'm not going to wait for the glue to dry. Again, I could stop right here, and that would be a fun card to send to somebody. But I've got all these pre-dimensionaled puzzle pieces that I'm going to add for another layer. I think I am going to keep them all linear. Ooh, this is going to be kind of fun. Let's see, they're going to overlap, right? Yeah, they're going to overlap. Okay. And I'm going to have a few more go off the edges. I'm going to try to use a variety of colors and a variety of tones of the pieces that I pre-stamped. Here's another tip. On the back, you'll notice that this is not an octagon shape. So I've got these sheets here of the edges of my dimensionals, and I've just cut thinner pieces so that so I don't need a whole dimensional on the back of each one of these pieces. I think they just kind of need them in the center. All right, does that make sense? Sometimes when I'm in my creative mode here, I'm not always making logical comments out loud. All right, let me just trim this one off and see where we're at. Hi, Mindy. Isn't that fun? Let's see. I feel like I need maybe one more down here. I'm going to have some leftover, and that is fine because, like I said, I'm making Valentines all day today, so they're very easily could be another card with puzzle pieces. What do you think? Let's see. Let's put one more down here in the corner. Let's do a light pink. This one I'm going to add a little bit more dimensional to because I think most of this is going to be cut off. So I want dimension on that, on the, I don't know, the bump out part of the puzzle piece, the male part of the puzzle piece. Is there a technical term for that? Okay, what do you think? I love it. I love it. Okay, I would think in the, I was thinking I had a little tiny heart. Let's use the heart from the More Than Autumn stamp set. Right there. I think that'll be a good size. Let me grab my tiny little block. Well, or my not so tiny little block. And I'm going to get that red, real red ink out one more time. Kevin, Kevin says, this card puzzles me. Yes, Kevin. You, I think, are puzzled quite often, so I am not, I'm not surprised you're puzzled today. Let's see, let's also put Happy Valentine's Day in the middle. You complete me. You complete me. Happy Valentine's Day. Looking for another block. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm not even kidding how much of a mess I have going here. You know what? This might be a good time. We're going to try. I'm going to show you a technique where you can use the Stampin' Write markers. I just ordered the whole set of 4, and the reason I did it is because I'm trying to find one of mine. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference with the new markers versus the old markers. Okay, so Stampin' Write markers have 2 ends. They have the brush end, which is indicated by this fat line, and it looks like this. And they have the bullet point end that looks like that. All right, but the small end. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Terry. Terry, are you feeling better? The small end used to look like the pink one, and it was super fine, and it had a purpose. Now they have reconfigured these so they have this bullet point, and I love them even better. So I went ahead and bought both sets, or all 4 sets, because mine were all mix and match, and it was bugging me. Okay, so I want Real Red, my old Real Red, but I want the new, just fresh, never been used Melon Mambo. Kevin said, I once made a card with a heart-shaped pizza, and it said, you have a pizza, my heart. Kevin, that is cute. We made cards like that with our 3rd graders a couple years ago for the Valentine factory, and they had so much fun. Oh my gosh, they were, cutting green olives, and they were cutting tiny little pieces of cheese. Terry's getting stronger every day. Good to hear. Diane is watching. Darcy's watching. Donna's watching. Brenda's watching. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pressure's on. Okay, so this is Bubble Bath. We'll try it. Okay, so what you can do with the brush end of the Stampin' Write markers is you can color this stamp however you want it. So I'm going to make the Valentines with the Real Red brush. Now you do have to be careful because, there's lots of nooks and crannies, and you can overspray onto the other words, so be careful, but you absolutely can make this a 2-toned stamp greeting on the inside of your card. Now, I was going to use Pretty in Pink, but I think it's too light, so we're just going to use Melon Mambo and Red. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go for it or if I want a scrap. I think I want a scrap first. All right. So after I've colored these with the Stampin' Write marker, it will not work with the blends. Don't try it with the blends. Blends are alcohol based and they dry too quickly. So after I've colored this, it's called huff on it. So you'll hear it. You won't see me do this, but you'll hear me. I'm going to huff on it, and then I'm going to stamp it onto my white cardstock. Cardstock. Donna loves this technique. Yeah, it has a lot of fun purposes. A lot of opportunities where you can use. And now I have a greeting that is stamped in 2 colors. Isn't that fun? So now I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to then stamp it in the inside of this card. So some Melon Mambo on the top and the bottom. And some real red in the middle. And then I'm going to do one more thing with the marker before we put it away. Okay, cross your fingers. Ta-da! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Love it, love it, love it. Now I'm going to take my, maybe I'll try the pink one. This is Bubble Bath. And I'm going to spatter. So for this, again, the pregnant lady technique. I don't know that technique, Kevin. The pregnant lady technique. You'll have to explain that to me. All right, I'm going to take the lid off of the brush end, and I'm going to flick gently some color onto the inside of the card. It's very subtle. I will hold this up so you can see it. Isn't that cool? Now you can do that with the blends too. The blends are more expensive, and so I don't really necessarily want to mess with my blends and chance ruining the tip. All right, always, always, always sign or stamp the back of your card. And this one, I think I'm even going to put a heart back here. Why not? Or 2. It's Valentine's. You can't have too many hearts, can you? All right. So, there you have it. We used the Perfect Pairs stamp set. This one puzzle piece. I stamped it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 20 times. I fussy cut it. I stamped some on the background, and so now this card has some texture and a little bit of variety of color. I used my brand new Stampin' Right markers to color the stamp on the inside, and we flecked it a little bit. So there you go. I will check the messages and see if you have any questions. Donna says, I'm supposed to be getting ready for my team meeting tonight and saw you on. Squirrel. Oh, God, I love it. Well, for your team meeting tonight, maybe you can share with them how to use the Stampin' Right markers. Kevin, when you have a baby, you breathe through contractions. He, ha, 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 on your stamp. Oh, my gosh, that is funny. I had not heard that before. But I, of course, have only been around 7 years, and Kevin has been around 100, so it makes sense that he would know that or have a little trick to go with that technique. So, all right, let me turn you back around. Card number 1 for today's Valentine's, let's call it a marathon. Valentine marathon. I'm going to also be using some of the ephemera pack pieces that I have not used yet. I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using this die. So fun and pretty and detailed. So I'm going to clean up and sort of, um, and then I will be back on, I guess, if, for those of you that have your phones set to alert you, don't be surprised to see me back on here shortly. Let me check one more time for questions. Oh my gosh, all the hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, Take care. Have a good day, whatever you're doing, and I will see you soon.